In the farmlands of Telangana in southern India, life is hard. Farmers put in back-breaking labor from dawn to dusk, but the returns are not always guaranteed.
వర్షం పడితేనే మాకు మళ్ళీ ఏమైనా పంటలు కానీ ఏది కానీ మాకు పంటలు పండేది. వర్షం పడకుండా ఏం పంటలు వచ్చేది లేకుండే. అట్లా ఆడు తప్పు వేసుకుని మాకు ఇబ్బంది అలా వేసుకుంది. అట్లా ఖర్చులు అది ఈ ప్రకారం కూడా ఇట్లా నడుస్తూ ఉన్నది. వర్షాధారం మీద ఆధారపడి పత్తి మక్క అవి పెట్టినప్పుడు సరైన టైంలో వర్షాలు పడక బాగా కరువు వచ్చేసి మాకు పంటలు రాక నష్టపోయి భూములను బీడు పెట్టుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది సార్. 4 బోర్లు వేసినాం ఇప్పటి వరకు, చుక్క నీరు లేదు కాబట్టి మళ్ళీ బీడు ఉంచడం జరుగుతుంది సార్.
Telangana is notorious for its water woes. Frequent droughts plague the region. The river Godavari runs straight across this land, but its waters don't reach the farms that need it the most, giving rise to an irrigation crisis that's loomed for decades.
Though we have two major rivers, they are in the name of Krishna and Godavari. So a lot of water is available in our Godavari, even in Krishna also, but they are at lower levels. Most of the areas are existing at higher levels.
But in this dismal landscape, there is still hope. In the early 2000s, plans were initiated to tap the monsoon floodwaters of Pranahita, a river flowing from the western state of Maharashtra. A project was conceived. It would take the floodwaters south towards agricultural lands. But in 2010, there came a roadblock that put a question mark on the project.
One important point is insufficient storage. Second is insufficient flows available. So the requirement of water is not there.
Planners needed to find an alternate site where the river waters were in surplus. Survey teams descended along the riverbanks of Godavari and Telangana. They used cutting-edge technologies like LiDAR that use laser illumination and sophisticated sensors to aerially survey the riverbank. It provided invaluable information about subsurface topography and river volumes at various points. And it did so in a remarkably short time.
Conducting survey is a big challenge. For irrigation purpose, nobody has done this survey, and this survey saved about 6 years, which we have done in 6 months.
With technology helping to speed up the process, planners could now begin turning their vision into reality. Their search led them to Kaleshwaram. Kaleshwaram, on the banks of the river Godavari, is sacred ground, home to a famous temple devoted to the Hindu god Shiva. It is believed that no prayer goes unanswered here. And it's not the only blessing Kaleshwaram has to offer. Here lies the confluence of 2 mighty rivers, the Godavari and Pranahita. In the monsoon season, waters swell in both the rivers. When they unite, the bounty overflows. What if these floodwaters could be redirected to address Telangana's water woes? With renewed energy and fresh outlook, the government of Telangana redesigned the project into the Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Scheme, or Kaleshwaram Project. Menigada, a small village on the banks of the Godavari, was chosen as a starting location for Link 1, the very first phase of the Kaleshwaram project.
After becoming a new state, Telangana really wanted to have water. We have the allocation of 950 TMC of water from out of the river Godavari. So to utilize the full potential of that allocation, I thought it is the best place to construct barrage here, pump house here.
The Kaleshwaram project was slated to make a huge splash, 169 TMC of water would reach 37 lakh acres, irrigating an additional 18.25 lakh acres of new farmland. It would replenish groundwater and provide 30 TMC drinking water. 13 districts of Telangana would reap the benefits. How could a single river source possibly be diverted across such a huge expanse, especially one as hilly, craggy, and cratered as Telangana, by defying gravity through the science of lift irrigation? Where the natural river can't flow, most often because of an elevation or rise in topography, artificial machines like pumps are needed to drive the water up. But to lift a river, that requires not just any ordinary pumps, but the largest pumps and pump houses in the world.
In the first lift near Kaleshwaram,
Megha Engineering and Infrastructures Limited, or MEIL, is one of the stakeholders chosen to build a majority of pump houses in the Kaleshwaram project. When it comes to massive infrastructure, this team has a combined experience of over 3 decades. But nothing they've done has been so mega in scale or scope.
Volume-wise, it's a big project. For that, actually, first we concentrate more on designing part. It's a very critical, one of the largest project in the world. We concentrate more on design part.
key members went for a project visit. Having seen the project site, we were a little bit worried about in that this scenario at this place, we could, this size of project is practically is possible or not. We have internally reviewed it, but the advantage is that we have in-house supporting groups.
The design challenge is a tall order, literally. The Kaleshwaram project must lift water between 2 elevations, Kaleshwaram at 90 meters above sea level, and the Konda Pachama Sagar Reservoir at 618 meters above sea level, making for a total elevation of nearly 528 meters. The scheme will operate only in 3 to 4 monsoon months, lifting up to 2 TMC of water a day. To lift water at regular intervals, the Kaleshwaram project will be an elaborate network across a total distance of nearly 500 kilometers, with 28 packages or construction clusters consolidated into 7 links, with 20 mega volume water lifts, 22 pump houses, and 20 reservoirs, which will all be connected through over 1,850 kilometers of pipelines, canals, and tunnels. That's more than the distance between Kaleshwaram and India's national capital, New Delhi. Blueprints come together. But drafting designs is one thing. Building it on location is something else altogether. And there's another catch. The team has 24 months to complete the job.
As a team, if we work, definitely we can achieve any type of job, any quantum of job, whatever the criticality, definitely we'll achieve. I'll tell always my team members, for every problem there is a solution. How fast you can find out the solution, then based on that we can achieve anything. Not only in projects, anything in the life also.
The heat is on. Construction begins on Link 1 of the Kaleshwaram project. The barrage at Medigada. This is where the floodwaters of Godavari will first be introduced into the lift irrigation mega project. It stretches across 1.62 kilometers with 85 gates. It has the capacity for over 16 TMC of water as live storage, That means without building a reservoir or submerging the riverbank. And that's not all. This megastructure has broken records for the sheer amount of materials used. 18 lakhs, 50,000 cubic meters of concrete, enough to build 7 Burj Khalifas. 24 kilometers upstream from the Medigada barrage is the site for the first pump house in the Kaleshwaram project design. In this phase of construction, 11 40-megawatt pumps will be installed, lifting 2 TMC water each day, enough to fill more than 2 lakhs Olympic-sized swimming pools. The pump house is getting ready to receive its pumps, each one a mega monument to scale and engineering. After all, these pumps must literally lift a river. In order to execute the Kaleshwaram project's Made in India designs, an international consortium was carefully selected. Expert engineers and manufacturers from across the globe took on different components of the massive undertaking. But when it came to the biggest and most powerful pumps, the mega project turned to India's finest engineers. Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, or BHEL, has pride of place as the only Indian public sector undertaking handpicked to make the largest pumps and motors used in the Kaleshwaram project, destined for underground pump houses at a site known as Package 8. They will be among the largest of their kind anywhere in the world.
The only thought that came to my mind is that the size is quite large, because earlier we have done lift